Agricultural innovations and domestication. Native American contributions to global agriculture. Opening hook. Imagine a world without corn, potatoes, beans, or chili peppers, staples that sustain billions globally today. These crops, crucial to diets from Asia to Europe and beyond, owe their origins to the indigenous peoples of the Americas. Long before European explorers crossed the Atlantic, Native American societies had developed groundbreaking agricultural systems and domesticated plants that would come to revolutionize global foodways. Their innovations underpinned population booms, economic growth, and cultural transformations that echo through the centuries. This story reveals how these crops, once native and sacred, became linchpins of agricultural success worldwide and highlights the ingenuity and environmental wisdom of their original cultivators. Indigenous origins of key crops. Corn. Maize, the backbone of American agriculture. Corn, or maize, was first domesticated around 9,000 years ago in southern Mexico from a wild grass known as teosinte. Early cultivators selectively bred teosinte through generations, enhancing its food-bearing kernels and changing plant structure for better yields. This transformative process marked one of humanity's earliest agricultural achievements. Maize quickly became an essential crop, spreading northward and southward, underpinning societies from the Mississippi Valley to the Andean highlands. Its versatility and caloric density supported large, complex civilizations like the Mississippian mound builders and the Aztec Empire, shaping culture, economy, and diet. Potatoes, the power crop of the Andes, originating 8,000 to 5,000 years ago in the Andean highlands of Peru and Bolivia. Potatoes thrived in the challenging mountainous environment thanks to indigenous farmer innovation. The potato's ability to grow in poor soils, resist frost, and generate high yields helped sustain large high-altitude populations. This tuber's introduction to Europe via Spanish explorers sparked dramatic dietary and population changes, especially in places like Ireland, where the potato became a staple food. Beans, squash, and the Three Sisters agricultural method. Beans and squash, domesticated thousands of years ago across North and South America, formed integral components of indigenous agriculture alongside maize. The Three Sisters, companion planting method, where corn, beans, and squash are planted together, exemplifies indigenous environmental adaptation. Corn provides a stalk for beans to climb, beans fix nitrogen to fertilize the soil, and squash spreads across the ground to suppress weeds and retain moisture. This symbiotic system maximized yields sustainably and enriched soil health. Chili peppers and other staple crops. Chili peppers, domesticated in Bolivia over 6,000 years ago, brought not only flavor but medicinal and cultural significance. Alongside tomatoes, peanuts, sunflowers, and other crops, these plants formed a diverse agricultural portfolio developed by indigenous peoples well before European contact. Agricultural systems and innovations. Irrigation and water management. Indigenous peoples in the arid Southwest, including the ancestral Pueblones, engineered sophisticated irrigation systems. These included canals, dams, and reservoirs to support maize and other crops in dry environments. In the Amazon basin, indigenous groups practiced controlled forest clearing and soil enrichment, creating fertile terra preta soils that supported sustainable food production in challenging tropical rainforests. Soil fertility and crop rotation. Techniques varied widely but included crop diversification, controlled burning, and rotation. Such practices maintained soil health and reduced pest outbreaks, contrary to previous assumptions that indigenous farming was unsophisticated. Global impact. The Columbian Exchange and beyond. The spread of American crops to the Old World. The arrival of Columbus in 1492 triggered the Columbian Exchange, an unprecedented transfer of crops between the New and Old Worlds. Corn, potatoes, beans, squash, and chili peppers spread rapidly across Europe, Africa, and Asia, transforming diets and economies. Europe, potatoes became critical in Northern Europe, fueling population growth. Africa, maize and cassava became staple crops, supporting expanding societies. Asia, chili peppers revolutionized culinary traditions in India, China, and Southeast Asia. The global caloric contributions of these crops are immense, underpinning population increases and new agricultural economies worldwide. Modern reflections on indigenous agricultural legacy. Reviving traditional crops and techniques. Today, indigenous heirloom varieties and traditional farming techniques are being revisited for food security and sustainability. The resilience of these crops to environmental stress offers lessons for climate change adaptation, cultural resilience and recognition, acknowledging Native American agriculture's contributions, challenges, long-standing stereotypes, and fosters respect for indigenous knowledge systems, emphasizing food sovereignty's cultural and political importance. Conclusion: the domestication and innovative cultivation practices of Native American peoples represent some of humanity's most important agricultural achievements. Their impact extends far beyond the Americas, influencing global diets, economies, and cultures in profound ways. Recognizing these legacies honors the ingenuity and stewardship of the indigenous communities who first transformed wild plants into the pillars of civilization.